Hey, welcome back to Fetch Mind. Today we are going to talk about something every single dog owner has experienced. And by the end of this video, you will never see that moment the same way again. For years, nobody questioned it. You came home, your dog looked up at you with those low eyes, that tucked tail, that slow, heavy walk toward you, head down, and you knew. You knew your dog felt guilty. Maybe he chewed something. Maybe he had an accident. Maybe he ate the food off the counter. But that face, that specific face, told you everything. And honestly, every dog owner alive has had this moment. You have probably even said it out loud. He knows what he did. Here is the thing. A researcher at Columbia University decided to actually test that. Not assume it, not accept it, test it. And what she found, after running the experiment, was so unexpected that she ran it again. Because the first result did not make sense. She set up conditions where the dog was guilty, but the owner did not know. Then she flipped it. Owner thought the dog was guilty, but the dog had done nothing wrong. And here is what happened. The guilty face showed up in both situations. It showed up when the dog misbehaved. It showed up when the dog did nothing. Which means that face you have been reading your whole life, the one you were absolutely certain meant guilt, was never guilt at all. So what is it? Stay with me here. Because the answer changes something about the way you see your dog forever. Her name is Alexandra Horowitz. She runs the Dog Cognition Lab at Barnard College, part of Columbia University in New York. And in 2009, she published a study that quietly broke something most dog owners believed without ever questioning it. The study was called Disambiguating the Guilty Look. And the setup was simple, deceptively simple. She brought in dog owners and their dogs. She placed a treat in front of each dog. The owner told the dog, clearly, directly, "Do not eat this." Then the owner left the room. While the owner was gone, Horowitz made a choice. Some dogs got the treat, some dogs did not. Then the owners came back. But here is where it gets interesting. Horowitz told some owners their dog had eaten the treat, even when the dog had not touched it. She told other owners their dog had behaved, even when the dog had eaten every last crumb. She was looking for one thing. When does the guilty face appear? And the answer, when she reviewed the footage, stopped her. The guilty face did not appear when the dog misbehaved. It appeared when the owner showed signs of anger. Dogs who had eaten the treat, and whose owners came back calm, showed almost no guilty behavior. Dogs who had done nothing wrong, but whose owners came back expecting to be angry, showed the full guilty look. Tucked tail, lowered head, soft eyes, slow movements, body pulled inward, the complete picture, from a dog who had not done a single thing wrong. Now here is where it changes everything. What Horowitz concluded, and what the journal Behavioral Processes published, is that what we call the guilty look is not guilt. It is appeasement. It is your dog reading you, noticing tension in your body, your voice, the way you walk through the door, and immediately trying to make it stop. Dogs are extraordinarily sensitive to human emotional cues, micro-expressions, body posture, tone shifts that happen in fractions of a second. And when your dog senses that something is wrong with you, he does not think about what he did. He thinks about what you need, and what you need, in that moment, is for the danger to pass. So he makes himself small, he moves slowly, he drops his eyes, not because he remembers the shoe he chewed an hour ago, but because right now, in this moment, you are the storm, and he is trying to survive it. Arizona State University researchers later confirmed this finding, published in the journal Anthrozoos. Same conclusion, the guilty look is a fear response, wrapped in something that looks, to us, exactly like remorse. And this is the part that gets me every time. We have been scolding dogs for feeling afraid of us, thinking we were teaching them right from wrong. But here is what nobody tells you about that. And this is where the story gets complicated. Think about what actually happens in that moment. You walk through the door, something is chewed, something is spilled, something is wrong. Your body changes before you even speak. Your jaw tightens, your shoulders shift, your footsteps get heavier, your dog feels all of it, not after you start yelling, before. And in the seconds between you noticing and you reacting, your dog has already read the situation completely. He does not know what he did. He cannot connect something that happened 2 hours ago to the look on your face right now. That is not how dog memory works. Dogs live in associative memory, not narrative memory. They do not replay events like we do. They respond to what is happening right now. So when he tucks his tail, when he lowers his head, when he gives you those soft, slow eyes, he is not confessing. He is asking you without words, please don't be angry. I don't understand what is happening, but I can feel that something is wrong and I need it to stop. Most of us have stood in that moment and felt satisfied. Good, he knows, and then kept scolding anyway, because we thought the guilt meant understanding, but now you know it did not. There is a woman, a dog owner in Ohio, who shared her story after reading about Horowitz's research. She had a 4-year-old Labrador named Huck. Every time she came home to something destroyed, Huck would meet her at the door with the full guilty look, tail down, head low, eyes soft and slow, and every time she would scold him, sometimes for several minutes. She said she genuinely believed he understood that the scolding was working. Then she read the study, and she tried something different. She came home one evening, shoes chewed, cushion destroyed, and she deliberately kept her body calm. Relaxed shoulders, normal pace, soft voice. Huck met her at the door, tail wagging. No guilty face, no tucked tail. Not because he had forgotten what he did, but because she had not signaled the storm was coming. She said, and I want you to let this sit for a moment. I realized I had spent 4 years teaching my dog to be afraid of me coming home. That is what this science is really telling us. Not that your dog is manipulating you, not that he does not love you, but that he is reading you constantly with a level of emotional sensitivity that most humans never develop, and he has been doing it his whole life. Every single day. That is not a guilty dog standing at your door. That is an animal who loves you enough to feel everything you feel before you even walk through the door. If that changed something for you, if you are seeing that moment differently now, subscribe to Fetch Mind. Every week we take one thing you thought you knew about your dog, and we show you what science actually says. Not to make you feel bad, to help you understand the animal who has been trying to understand you all along. Drop a comment below. Has your dog ever given you that guilty look? Tell us what you thought it meant. Before this video, we read every single one. See you in the next one.